revenge porn continues to be a little bit of a problem on the internet, and Facebook has just come up with technology to combat it. So much like Content ID on platforms like YouTube, Facebook has found a way to immediately, in an automatic way, identify revenge porn and then shut it down before it can be posted on the site. So let me give you more details. The company has assembled a database where photos can be matched so they can never be reposted on their network. Fingerprinting media files is used by numerous internet companies to prevent the posting of certain copyrighted content, as well as the dissemination of known child pornography. So there's an upside and downside to this. So the way that it works is, let's say someone posts revenge porn on Facebook. The person who doesn't like it or doesn't want it up there can flag it, and then it gets saved in like the database, right? So if someone tries to repost it, Facebook will prevent that from happening. Now that's the upside, but the downside is, and we don't know this for sure, but it seems as though Facebook will have a database of revenge porn, and that kind of makes me a little uncomfortable, right?
Thought of it like that.
Yeah, because they have to have that data in order to prevent future postings of the same video or picture or whatever.
That database is probably the most popular database for male Facebook employees. But no, in all seriousness, I'm sure that there's immense protocol to make sure if that database exists, that it's not breached, et cetera. It's a liability issue for them. I would be dramatically surprised if they didn't care a great deal about that, et cetera, et cetera. But as I say in every single story, guys are guys when we talk about this. And if you give a guy an opportunity to be a perv, very likely to take it. So every time we've allowed people to snoop in on things when they shouldn't have been, the example I often use, ABC News broke the story in Iraq and about how we gave the ability to our guys to listen in on phone conversations. Instead of worrying about terrorism, they immediately started listening on phone sex conversations of our troops. So, and
well, one of them was actually Alabama's governor. They listened in on that.
Apparently so, right? Based on the news today.
I mean, some of those guys, the way they have sex is it is terrorizing.
So wait, then is your argument that that this database will then create an opportunity for people to then manipulate the?
No, I'm saying that it's possible. And I'm just saying this is a small downside to it because I think the upside is significantly larger. There's some guys at Facebook who are tech savvy might be peeking into that database from time to time. But one, at least it's not public, and two, I certainly don't think they intended it that way.
Right.
I think I'm curious what you guys think, but I think the upside of that is much higher than the downside.
I think that you, for some random reason, are kind of minimizing how little corporations care about safeguarding people's privacy. So, I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't take proper measures to protect the database that they accumulate, right? But nonetheless, I do agree with you that there are more upsides than downsides to what they're doing. I think it's more important to ensure that this kind of content doesn't go public on their platform. But yeah, I think there's still room for abuse with people who are tied to Facebook.
And I think it points to a couple issues. Then Facebook hire more women, right?
Yeah.
To be in positions where you're safeguarding. I guess, property that disproportionately affects women, right? Revenge porn, no one's reposting pictures of dick pics. And if they do, the sentiments of our panel thus far have expressed that wouldn't be a bad thing.
Not in my case.
No, me
I actually think that would be a better use of time is just to create like a reservoir of dick pics. So guys can upload them there instead of sending them to us. And then when we want to see them, we can go to that website instead of getting them while we're at work or in church.
Men have sent you those pics?
Dick pics?
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
God, I'm out of
Are you
it.
kidding me? Like,
I am out of it.
It's funny because look, there's a huge difference between men and women, right? Because I don't know, maybe some women willingly send like pictures of their bodies to like strangers that they don't even know. Like, men can't wait to show you their penis. Like, because men are so proud. Even when they have no reason to be proud, like they can't wait to show you like their penis.
Really?
And I'm just like, but that's not.
But that's his name. His name is Wiener.
Yeah, that's 50% of the
that's a
reason
great
why
point.
Anthony.
That's a great point. Like he was really proud of his stuff, and he just wanted to share it with the world.
That's why if you did revenge porn with guys, almost by definition, anybody who sent you a dick pic wants you to send it to other people.
Yeah.
He'd be like, oh yeah, here's your penis. He's like, yes, I made it. I'm famous. Finally, I knew it. Corporate media is awesome.
Wrong.
Independent media is the way to go.
Believe me. Believe me.
Support independent media right now. Become a Young Turks member. TYTnetwork.com/join.